This used to be home, but for residents of the Spectrum building in Dagenham, there's not much left.
So you escaped with your life, but you've lost your home?
Everything gone, yeah, all gone. You know, what we had yesterday, that was it.
At its height, the fire looked like this. Residents evacuating from a building that sounded no alarm. Cassia escaping with her partner and her dog Neon.
And how does that feel? We're essentially being homeless now.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
A local leisure centre now the base for 100 residents who've lost their home.
Where are you going to live? Do you have any idea?
I'm happy I'm alive, me and my partner, and I'm happy nobody died in this event. But I couldn't sleep last night. Where I will live? The winter is coming. I had a flat, I had a place where we was happy. Me, my partner and my doggy. And now where? We will be in the street?
It just looks like Grenfell, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's another whole building that's been damaged by an external fire burning inside.
Steve Dudney is a former London firefighter who's now a fire safety consultant.
When you look at this 7 years after Grenfell, what goes through your mind?
I should say, I can't believe it. What I will say is I'm not surprised. Once again, we've had people literally escape by the seat of their pants from a building that has failed because of a different type of fire. But nonetheless, it shouldn't have happened. A fire in a building should not be able to do this.
The Fire Brigades Union says this exposes the national scandal of flammable cladding and deregulation in the building industry.
There's clearly a crisis in building safety in this country. It was highlighted at Grenfell. We were all assured, and I was certainly assured by ministers at the time, that would be a turning point. And I've got to say, when you talk to firefighters on the ground, they don't feel there has been a turning point.
Visiting the site, the new housing secretary who admitted more needs to be done to make homes safe.
I think it's going far too slow. There has been funding that's been made available. There has been laws that have been changed and tightened up. Now we need to make sure the enforcement is there to ensure that the owners of these buildings comply and do that remediation work as quickly as possible.
The London Fire Brigade knew this was an unsafe building. Work had started to remove the unsafe cladding, but it seems the scaffolding could have contributed to the fire spread.
What's been exposed here in Dagenham is that even when trying to fix the cladding problem, that in itself becomes a fire risk. How frustrating is it that 7 years after Grenfell that fires like this still happen?
It's beyond, I can even say, how could they? How? So many people lost their lives there. And now, a few years later, they're supposed to be all sorted. Nothing further from the truth. Nothing is being done.
Resident Cassia ending that report by Rags Martel, who joins me now. Rags, thousands of people are going to go to bed tonight knowing that they're in unsafe buildings. I mean, this is a massively scary reminder, but it's also very timely, isn't it?
That's right. The cladding scandal is something we've been reporting on since 2017. And the London Fire Brigade actually has a figure of unsafe buildings in London, and that's been growing every year. It currently stands at 1,300. Thankfully, the Spectrum building in Dagenham was on that list. But nationally, it's even worse. Government figures show there are 4,600 residential buildings with unsafe cladding in England. And next week, as you say, we'll have the Grenfell inquiry report. Flammable cladding, I suspect, will be the top headline from that, I suspect. But this is a story of failure in British building standards, and ultimately a failure of successive governments not ensuring fire safety. Angela Rayner talking the right talk today. Speed of change too slow, not acceptable. But the Grenfell story has had far too much talk and far too little action.
OK, for now, Rags, thank you.